So I've written myself down some notes, and I'm just going to kind of talk you through how to tell what body shape you are. Now, the first thing that you want to know is that there are different types of body shapes, and no one body shape is nicer than the other. All body shapes are nice. They all have their great qualities and they all have their not so great qualities, but just because you've got a certain body type doesn't mean that you should feel bad because like you've been kind of short-handed or anything. All body shapes are beautiful, and you should really learn to accept the one that you have got. So that being said, there are the kind of 4 main different types of body shapes, which are hourglass shape, pear-shaped, apple-shaped and athletic shape. They're the main shapes. Obviously there are kind of other shapes and that kind of thing, but I'm just going to talk about the kind of 4 main shapes in this video, and how to tell which one you are and that type of thing. So the first thing you really want to think about is your overall silhouette, because that is what a lot of people find confusing. Because I think what happens is you tend to sort of think about your weight and your measurements and that kind of thing, and that doesn't necessarily indicate what shape you are. You need to be thinking more about what your overall silhouette is. So if there was kind of no features on you and it was just your outline, the outline curves of your body, what would they look like? And that is what's going to really help determine what shape you are. And why do you need to know what shape you are? Because I know a lot of people sort of think that it's just rubbish, but I think if you've got a good understanding of your body shape, then you can have a better understanding of how to dress your body shape and how to dress your body shape in flattering clothes, which will then make you look and feel better. But obviously they're just guidelines. It's not, you know, the kind of fashion bible, and just because it'll say don't wear this, it doesn't mean you don't have to wear it, and it doesn't mean it can't look good on you either. For example, I'm pear-shaped, which all the magazines will say do not wear skinny jeans, go for boot cut, blah blah blah. But boot cut jeans don't look good on me because I'm really short. So you have to really kind of evaluate your personal silhouette and consider things like your height and your proportions. Your proportions is key because they really make a difference to how your body looks and how your overall silhouette looks. Then I'm just going to talk you through the different shapes and kind of give you examples of celebrities that have that shape and the kind of key points so you know what shape you are. The first shape is apple shape, and this basically means that you are generally larger on top than on your bottom half. So apple shaped girls tend to have slim legs but tend to be larger on their upper half. So you tend to not have a particularly defined waist. You can carry your weight around your middle. Some have big boobs, but big boobs aren't kind of the main indication of having an apple shape. It's more to do with your kind of waist definition and where you carry the main part of your weight. And most apple shaped women tend to have fairly narrow hips as well. So celebrity examples for that are Catherine Zeta-Jones. She's a great example of a apple shape, and it also just goes to show you that it's got nothing to do with weight and that kind of thing. You know, apple shape, you automatically think round, but then you think of someone like Catherine Zeta-Jones who's really slim and gorgeous, but it's just your overall silhouette, and she's an apple shape, along with Jennifer Hudson. She's an apple shape as well, and it just kind of means that you're just more top heavy and that you don't have as much of a waist definition. Then pear-shaped bodies. Pear-shaped bodies means that you're bottom heavy, so you tend to have a fairly flat stomach, a fairly narrow waist, fairly kind of small breasts, but your thighs and bum area are your kind of biggest area, and there's loads of different variations of this. When you are larger, then you can kind of seem a little bit more disproportioned, and when you're slimmer sometimes it can kind of balance itself out and make you look a little bit more hourglass shaped, but it basically means that you just carry your weight around your bottom half, around your hips. And examples for celebrities that have bodies like that are people like Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez, because they dress in a very clever way most of the time to make themselves look more hourglass shaped, because they define their waist, which is naturally your kind of smallest part. But they also tend to have smaller boobs, if you notice it very well. And then in a minute, when I'm going to give you examples of kind of hourglass celebrities, you'll see what I mean by the difference. Then hourglass means that you have got generally large boobs, a small waist, and your hips and your boobs are kind of a similar ratio. So you've got that kind of figure of 8 body where it goes out and in and back out again. and that's the easiest way to describe it. There's loads of different types. You know, you can be a slim hourglass, you can be a larger hourglass, you can be a petite hourglass. It's just about that kind of figure of 8 silhouette. And celebrities that have bodies like that are Kelly Brook and Kim Kardashian. If you look at their bodies, they tend to be really kind of well proportioned. And Kim Kardashian can sometimes look pear-shaped depending on what she wears, but her boobs are very big and she's kind of quite in proportion with her bottom half. And Kelly Brook's a perfect example of a celebrity who's very, very well proportioned, and she has that kind of gorgeous figure of 8 silhouette. And then last but not least, we have the boyish or athletic figure. I don't like calling it boyish figure because I just think that kind of sounds a bit mean, but athletic figure means that you are kind of straight and up and down. You tend to be quite slim, you tend to kind of have quite broad shoulders and be quite toned, but you kind of have a similar boob to hip to waist ratio, and you just tend to kind of be quite straight. Examples for celebrities that have bodies like that are Eva Longoria is a great example because she's very, very petite as well, but she has got a very athletic figure, as does Gwyneth Paltrow. They're great examples for it. Yeah, Eva Longoria is a great example of someone who dresses herself in a way that she tends to look quite curvy sometimes, but she's not. She's actually got a very athletic figure. So those are the kind of key points of all the different body shapes. But as I said, don't take it too literally. It's just a guideline, but those are my tips on how to find out what body shape you are.